was a first floor building, brick with a metal door. Knock on the door, bang, bang, bang. Metal bolt slides in the door, and then it opens. And we went looking around, and then we found what has turned out to shape our life forever, which is the baby room. It's been illegal for many years in China to not raise your own child. You're not allowed to give the child up for adoption, you're not allowed to abandon the child, you're not allowed to put the child any place other than where you can care for them. There's an experiment going on right now with this thing called baby hatches. They use this word hatch, but that's not the right word. It's just a little building out in front of the orphanage that's warm, comfortable, safe, where people, if they feel that they can't raise their own child for whatever reason, can legally put their child there and abandon their child. I think the result has startled people.
So a common misconception that I hear really often is that the majority of kids abandoned today must be girls, but that's just not the case anymore. The underlying cause of abandonment today is almost always a medical problem. Hundreds of millions of people in China live in the countryside, and if you can imagine, you have your baby, there's a problem, so you have to board a bus to the nearest hospital, and there the doctor tells you that there's such and such an issue that will cost 50,000 RMB to resolve, and you have no money, you're far from home, and at that point, abandonment can look like the only option. I have seen photographs of parents leaving their children at these new baby hatches around China, and it's really heartbreaking. Once the child is in custody of the state, they will be brought to an orphanage, and if that orphanage happens to be one of the 40 or so that Little Flower works with, that's when they call us. Little Flower is a nonprofit organization that provides care to abandoned children with medical needs.
Our reason for existence, our original purpose, was and is babies. Baby care is challenging. It runs 24/7. It can never stop. We run 3 shifts a day, 7 to 2, 2 to 9, 9 to 7. It can never stop. We have a medical department. The medical department is made up of people who, some of them we call medical liaisons. So it's their job to know the hospitals, know which hospitals have which services, know the doctors themselves, know the nurses, know the department heads.
小花新接到一个孩子，就是小花有自己的医疗部门，小花的工作人员会就是给孩子有一个初步的判断，然后根据孩子不同的病情去不同的医院做相应的检查，确诊之后，如果需要手术的孩子，我们也会送到不同的专科的医院去给孩子做手术。术后稳定之后，我们会把孩子接到小婴儿之家继续照顾。
其实从事这个工作已经9年。所以现在也就对这些孩子就是不自然的产生了一定的感情吧。我就感觉吧，小花也挺伟大的，救助了那么多的孩子，都是真的是不计其数了。然后这些孩子得到帮助，也挺幸运的一件事。
The transformation in these children's lives is really amazing. Some of them are coming into Little Flower just barely clinging to life. And to see them grow stronger and healthier day by day is the biggest reward that we could possibly get. And once they do get strong and healthy enough, they'll either go into foster care, our foster care program, or they will go into foster care to await adoption.
We started the group educational foster homes because a number of the kids that had come to us as babies with a physical disability, but not a mental disability, weren't getting adopted. We rent a flat, we hire foster parents to come in and be the foster parents, and then we put 4 or 5 or 6 kids together in a family. The idea originally was that if the parents change, that the kids would at least have each other. As it's turned out, none of our parents want to leave.
我叫党天生，今年16岁，我7岁来的，教育技术。
So we have kids that have been 10 years now living in the same setting with the same parents and the same brothers and sisters, and we have a word for that. It's called normal. I mean, I'm going to go to these kids' weddings, right? I'm going to be at the wedding. I'm going to help them get their first jobs. They're all going to go off and live in adult life. So we got into the school business because we couldn't find schools that fit our need. And so, for example, any child that has a problem using the bathroom, any toileting problem, can't go to school. Any school, even a special ed school. I mean, why should that preclude them from getting an education?
我们的孩子呢都是孤儿，因为小花帮助的就是孤儿，我们会跟福利院合作。
觉得这些孩子就是首先说，我们不管从他的生活上啊，还有就是他平常康复啊，还有对他的心理上的这些孩子，每天他们就是很快乐，同样他们也是很幸福的。
我觉得像普通的幼儿园，一般就是他们就是接触的孩子会有更多的人去关爱他们，他们会有父母，还会有家里人的疼爱，但是这儿的孩子们特别少，对于这种非常缺失。我愿意就是把我就是对他们这种喜欢，然后付诸于行动，然后一直在这儿陪伴他们。
因为我觉得我给不了孩子物质上太多的，我希望在精神上可以陪伴他们。
在这里工作的这段时间，不仅是在付出，孩子们也让我感受到了很多爱和温暖。
孩子们在一起生活非常的开心。
在这里给我最大的感受就是这里的孩子真的需要更多人的更多帮助。
We really try to help as much as we can across as many areas as we can. For example, in our second location in Shanxi province, we provide 24-hour long-term care to children with severe mental disabilities. And anytime a family needs assistance, we'll do what we can to help so that we can prevent abandonment in the first place.
It's a big operation, very complex. But it runs on the backs of a lot of very dedicated people that have done this a long time and really know what they're doing.
Everyone at the Little Flower family has dedicated their lives to saving children in China, and here the nonprofit sector is just taking off. So we really want to be the model and show others what's possible and have our work replicated in other cities and organizations eventually.
100% of donations go to program. I'm free. Most of our senior management is free. We're all volunteers. What overhead costs that we do have are paid for by specific donors.
Right now we're actually in a financial crisis. Our medical budget is running out and there's still kids in need of life-saving care. We squeeze and stretch every cent that we get, and we want to be able to say yes. We want to be able to open our doors to more and more children.
We've been doing this now 20 years almost. We're not giving up. We're only going to get bigger, and we only want to do more. The work that we do is life.